Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, and subscribe. Warriors!
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright.
You can't even go out there and do that without harassment and negligence and just everything. It's devastating.
There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh, I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Something happened while Quentin was in the bathtub and he drowned and they were both high. That's my theory.
Hey family, how is everybody doing? Welcome on back, family. Welcome back. Come on in. That 3 o'clock comes by so fast, you guys. I be in the studio, but I be trying to get other stuff that I need to get done before we come on like getting on Precosha, putting in my ads, and you name it, because we got everything back. So, Anyway, I told you guys we were going to come back on Friday. This is Black Friday, Good Friday, whatever you want to call it. It's Friday. It's some people payday, whatever. But I'm glad that you're here. We're going to talk about this is part 2, because I know that we didn't get done with everything that needed to be said, done. There's new information coming out on both cases, the Shanquella Robinson case and the Leilani Simon case. There's new information. Now, some people was texting me and they were sending me information. And I don't get back with everybody and say, oh, I got that or whatever, because some people are going to have more information than other people. They literally went out and got the link, and they literally not just said, hey, this is what's happening, SP, because we got to show receipts. We don't want to just be saying what's going on, but we got time to have our theories and stuff. But let me tell you what's happening on the Shanquella case. Hey, Precosha family, what's going on? You guys always coming in here, and it's always the same ones. Sometimes we got new people coming in. They come in, they go out. Sometimes they get interested, or they know what we're talking about. But it's okay. We're going to continue to do both. We probably just get on TikTok too. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm getting everything situated so we can do all three at the same time. It's about the awareness right now. First of all, let me tell you about Diesel. I know you guys are really worried. I know some of you guys heard he did get in some kind of, I guess you would call it, he got jumped at school. And he was bleeding all over the place. He backed it up. He stood up. But while we were trying to get the dogs away from each other, it was a full-grown German Shepherd, a long-haired German Shepherd that jumped Diesel. While Papa was pulling him back, the dog got a hold of Diesel's tail and his foot. And so blood was all over the place. We got it cleaned up, called his veterinarian. We talked to them 2 days in a row. Diesel's doing okay. He's kind of a little scary. He's a little bit more snappy now. Like, we had to get that under control. And we're not going to go all into details how we got it under control, but it was kind of scary because now he's ready to fight everybody. And we had to stop that because he's thinking, no, I'm ready to fight. So we didn't know if we was going to be able to get him back into calm mode to not bite me and bite Papa and all that other stuff, because it was kind of looking like we was going to have to get rid of him because he was biting everybody. He bit my son. He snapped at me, and it wasn't a gentle snap. It was like, I'm finna tear you up. So I think we took a step back by the training that day. We're going to still go to the training for right now, and we're going to see where it takes us. If we have to walk away, we'll walk away. Hopefully they'll give us some private lessons with Diesel, because we're going to continue to get him prepared for his journey and search and rescue. So that's it with Diesel. Okay, on the Shanquella Robinson case, so much information is coming on. Let me tell you guys, this is how this happens, Yeah, Miss Philly G says, "Oh no, yeah, girl, it's terrible. It was terrible. Trust me. I had to call in the Warriors, the mods. They were, it was somewhat, if you knew the whole story, it kind of, Papa was trying to help, but he ended up on the floor. So it was terrible. It was terrible. But the owner got back with me, and we're trying to figure it out. We're going to see if Diesel can make it again, but he was running out of there like he didn't want to go back. I'm going to be honest with you. And like I said, I tried to give him a bath Saturday. I guess that happened Monday. And then Wednesday, he was smelling like the other dog, which was very stinky. I'm just being honest with you guys. Maybe it's all the hair the dog got, but it was a foul odor. It really stunk. So I was giving Diesel a bath, and he snapped at me like he was wanting to take my head off, my arm off. And it was just, it was terrible. And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do with this dog? We tell him to sit down or get off the bed. He's ready to eat us up. And then my son say, Diesel, go over here. Diesel's like, I'm ready to eat you up. He's ready to eat everybody up in the house. And we're like, what are we going to do with this dog? Because he's telling us what to do. It was not good. Anyway, yes, this whole week has been crazy. So we're going to talk about the Shanquella Robinson case. Yes. Thank you, sweetheart. I needed that because it has been a really crazy day. Shanquella Robinson came up, she went to Cabo in Mexico with some friends. You guys know the story. And within 24 hours, she had died. The friends had called the mom, trying to get money out the mom, saying, hey, Shanquella's sick. She has some alcohol poisoning. And you need, the mom was like, send her to the hospital. They was like, no, we can't because they want this money. She was like, money? She's got insurance. Send her to the hospital. And so they was like, no. And I read you guys the report, the first report that went out that there was a doctor there. We found out a doctor is a practitioner. You guys, some people's like, no, it was a nurse, SP. A practitioner is the same as a doctor. They work as a doctor. They're pretty much a doctor. Most of the times when your doctor is unavailable, you will see the practitioner, and the practitioner does the same thing that the doctor says and do. And when they can take their job, or well, the task of a doctor, a practitioner knows all of it. And only thing that they haven't did is take the test. But they pretty much is, or they got a little bit ways to go, and they like what they're doing. They're working more with the people instead of all the paperwork. That's what I like. That's why sometimes I don't want to go any further in my journey as a nurse, because I'm pretty sure I can get where I want to go, which I'm trying. I might end up being the DON. I'm just letting you guys know. Not right now, but that's what I'm going to work on. I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, I don't see why I can't. Anytime that you've got a dream, you can go for it. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I'm pretty sure that the offer, or maybe I'll just put in for it and we'll see what happens. Okay? Anyway, so Shanquella Robertson was seen by the practitioner, which is a doctor, and we don't know how true that is, because it was weird what the doctor was saying, because the autopsy says that she had to be dead within 15 minutes after being thrown on her head, neck broke, back broke, and all this. But this practitioner, as we known her as Karen, I guess that's what her name was, Karen something, said that she was going to give IVs. They did CPR, and her vitals was stable. She was just a little drunken, and all this other stuff. And we was like, what? So anyway, there was a guy named Nezar that went on Facebook, and I was in the live when he did. I didn't know what live we were talking about, so I just stayed in there. And somebody had invited me, one of my family members, one of you guys, and you guys know who you are. You're like, SB, come hurry up, get in here. And I was like, okay. Just send me the link and say, hurry up, get in there. And I jumped in there, and I did not know what they were talking about. Thank you, Phyllis. I'm a show try. That's I'm going to put effort into it, but not right now, because I'm learning everything. But I guarantee you that's where I'm headed. That's why I'm trying to head to. So, okay. So anyway, I jumped on into the live, and the guy was saying, I didn't get there till the next day, and I was rubbing Shanquella's head, and I was telling her, come on, girl, let's get on up. Come on, there's a lot of things to do. We got boat rides, we got skiing to do, we got some, this to do, that to do. And then I went and sat on the beach at about 4:00. He said, I didn't arrive until 3. Well, I haven't looked at it, but I guarantee we've got a researcher that's been with us for years. I'm saying maybe 2-3 years. And they back. They didn't ever leave us, but they had things that they had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like their job hours didn't meet the hours that we were coming on. And I understood that. We still kept in touch and everything. And when they had a day off, they run in here and help us out or something. But this person is a very researcher, and she's been on this Shanquella case like white on rice. And she sent me a lot of stuff. She always send me a lot of stuff. Some of the things I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand. But you guys, I haven't looked at it all, but I'm going to tell you what. Let's go over some of the things that she sent me, because if she's sending it to me, everybody is talking about it. And the one good thing that she does that I really appreciate, and I think she knows that, just don't send me don't send me somebody else's theory on YouTube, especially if it's YouTube. Don't send it to me unless you want me to see something, because even though that there's YouTubers out there like Icky Mill and 54 Keys that, you know what, we respect each other, and I love them. I love their work. Sometimes I might go in. I haven't been in nobody's YouTube in a long time, but you know, I really care about these people, but I don't want to steal their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they got some information we ain't got, tell me about it or something, but I don't want to steal their stuff. That's how you come up getting enemies. And so I'm just telling you guys, I respect them. So first of all, she sometimes sends me her theory, or the person's theory that was talking. But one thing that she sent me, two things that she sent me, she sent me that Shanquella Robertson, I don't know if you guys know, but she had a PP a loan out. Okay, she was approved for a PP loan, and it was for $20,000. Actually, $21,000. Hey, Amanda, come on in. I heard that the authorities are going with the coroner's report. That so-called doctor lied. They are side-eyeing the doctor. Come on, Lisa. Come on. I think you probably need to call, because here's the thing. Something's going on with what the doctor has said, and I think that they kind of probably paid the doctor off. But people were sending me things saying, SP, they got a warrant out for their arrest. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we know. Oh, okay, people, don't get mad at me when I say we know, because there's more to it. Because guess what? They didn't only see you guys come and say you. That helps me to keep looking and keep looking and keep looking, because I know once they got a warrant out for the arrest, well, where's the arrest? Guess what? They have arrested somebody in the Shanquella case. Did you guys know that? They already arrested somebody. So when you're sending me something talking about they got a warrant out for the arrest, I'm already on it going, no, they have already arrested someone. And remember what I was saying? I'm not always trying to be right or anything, but things work like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Guess what? You got to have a warrant, and then there's got to be arrest. So I'm looking for the arrest. And guess what? They're not going to tell us who it is that they arrested, but it actually said that it was the aggressor. It said it was the aggressor that got arrested. Now, we didn't see all the videos. So it's either Dejanay got arrested or this Winter Donovan got arrested. But it's one, because we didn't see all the videos. You guys. But one of them got arrested. Not nobody else that was looking. Some people was mad, like, they all need to get arrested. And I was like, why all of them should get arrested? You know what I'm saying? Because they lied or whatever. Ooh, they didn't lie to authorities. They probably lied to the mama. You know what I'm saying? They probably lied on Facebook, but they lied to authorities. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Jennifer Nobles is in the house. So that's what I was trying to work on to get for you guys to find out which one. Was it the Dejanay girl or was it Winter that got arrested? But one of them has already been arrested. And I don't know if they're going to go ahead, but the reason why they have to arrest him here, because we don't have charges on him here, but they can arrest him here and then send him on back to Mexico. Send him on back to Mexico. They witnessed a murder. KMB says because they witnessed a murder. Well, at the time, I don't know. I mean, You guys need to talk to me. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna add this link because it's Friday. So I'm gonna add the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up on the panel, we haven't done that in a while. You guys remember? Let me say one thing before we do. Because I told you guys we were going to get 2 more of these, and we got them in. We got the 2 more of these. We got this one and this one that's going in there. And these both are, this is how it looks like. I got it open. This is how it looked like. I got it open. So you get the bottle and you get the 2 in there. You guys see? I want to show you guys that. So you guys know that we did what we said we was going to do, and we was going to make sure we got both of those in there. Because I don't want to forget it, and I know how I am. I forget stuff, and I can go with 3-4 different conversations and stay intact with what's going on. So, well, because they didn't report the death, that's a good reason why they are bystanders. Okay, documented. You know what I'm saying? That is a good reason. That is definitely a good reason how I believe they should lock all up. They stood around and approved what was being done. They could have stood up. Yeah. Yeah. But think about it like this. Okay. If like 4 people were jumping, and if you would have jumped in, then they probably would have jumped on you too. And some people are scared. Like, just because you getting your butt whooped don't mean I'm going to jump in. Doesn't mean I'm in agreement with them, but I don't know what y'all fighting about, but I ain't got nothing to do with it. Now, I might go to the side and tell and say, hey, you know, I just want to get out of there. I don't even want to be a part of it. I mean, what would you do? God's child says, I think the others are guilty of conspiracy because they covered it up. How many people spoke on it? Winter is the one that called mom. Winter was the one that called 911. Winter was the one that summons the doctor. Winter was the one allegedly supposed to have the last, picked her up on top, threw her on her head, and broke her neck and her back. We don't know which one broke her neck and her back because it could have been the first girl that we seen, the dark-skinned girl. And only reason why I'm just trying to let you guys know, when there's 2 women, the only way I can separate them, I just knew one was a darker brown skin and one was a lighter brown skin. And so Dejanay was the darker brown skin, allegedly supposed to be a girl. And the lighter skinned girl is supposed to be Winter. And only thing I ever seen was what Dejanay did. I've never seen what Winter did. And then they said there's $10,000. Yes. Let me see who that is in the chat screaming $10,000. Linda Smith said they stole $10,000. Well, Linda, let me let you in on a little more information. Not only $10,000 was spent, there was actually like $16,000 to $17,000 that was in her suitcase that was taken too. So the $10,000 was on a card, and they could have used that to either get other rooms, because they got other rooms that was closer to the airport, and then they jumped on the airplane and they rushed back to the United States. Or they could have, paid the doctor to say what she said or did what she did. But like I said, there was 16 or 17. Some reports say 16,000 that was in her suitcase, and some reports say she had $17,000 in her suitcase. I don't know who go around with $17,000 in their suitcase. Now, there's something funny. It said the 17,000 was given to the Mexican police. Really, Sharon? Sharon. They were scamming. So this was planned. I don't know. No trans was with them. Tampa says no trans was with them. I don't know. They're still calling it a femicide. They're not calling it a homicide, you guys. And I'm just telling you, they put on the report that let me see if I can find it. They're still calling it, somebody said they changing it to a homicide. But when they arrested the person that I'm telling you about, they said in the femicide case, the Shanquella Robinson, in the femicide case, one arrest has already been made. So they still calling it a femicide. Now, we already went into the details what femicide means. Femicide actually means when a man or the other opposite gender hurt, kill, wound the victim because of their gender. And it's normally, they say, more than likely it's a man killing or taking out a female because they're angry, that they are this woman, and they mad. Now, some people say it's called a femicide. It hasn't changed. Thank you, Sharon. It has not changed, y'all guys. So I'm wondering, how are they getting, that's what it is. I'm happy if that's what they're saying because it brings more attention to the case. It actually really do. They could be wrong. They could be right. We don't know. We don't know if Dejanay is a female, born a female. Somebody said, the person that first reported all this said, she's a female, she's a female, she's a female. And she being a female, I'm wondering, like, do you know? Or is that what you see? Because I see, we're only looking in the dark and it's really dark. And we just see this woman comes in and she looks like a woman. Tampa says she just had a baby. Okay. But did you see her pregnant, or did she get a baby because somebody gave their baby to her, or whatever, I don't know. Because a lot of things happen, you guys. And we don't know. I'm just wondering, because that's going to be very bad. They want that person expedited back to Mexico. Yes. So one of them is trans. So Karen is saying one of them is trans. And when I really look at Winter, I don't see no blemish of her being anything other than a woman. I mean, sometimes you can see the cheekbone, or you can see the Adam apple, or, it's just different, their chin is not, like this, it's more square or something. But sometimes when people take, their pills and everything, they actually transform into the feminine, not only character, but their body, their voice, everything changes, you guys. Like I said, I've got friends, and one of them used to be a female. She was actually a twin to a female, and her twin is very beautiful. And I don't see her all the time, but she's on TikTok. And I see her now, and I don't see the female in her. I see nothing but a man with a beard, the dark voice, the dark voice, the deep voice, just the way that he carries himself, or I don't know, her carries himself. I don't see the female in her anymore. I just see a man. Shona says not trans. Okay. The doctor even shaves down the Adam's apple. Oh, I didn't know that. So, but some people can tell the difference and some people can't. And sometimes some women do look like men. I mean, and they just do. I'm just saying. Lisa Taylor says, I need to see a birth certificate. I do too. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know anymore. Shona says, honey, Shani Coleman says, I'm a member here. Okay. What's wrong? What's wrong? Everybody okay? Anyway, Kylie and Nazar Wiggins are allegedly gay, Sharon Terrell is saying. There's also word that Shanquella had a videotape of them in bed. I heard about that. Let's go off into some of the things that was shared, because you're going right into what I was shared. So this was taken off of Facebook. So it says, so my coworker knows McKelly and his parents. So the girl they killed called Malik, that's the guy's name, Malik, and that other boy, Kylie, they were doing it, and she recorded it. They tried to get the phone from her, and she wasn't giving it up, so that girl started beating her, and eventually they all jumped her. I guess they didn't want people to know they was doing something. See, I don't know, you guys. That's just, do you guys believe that? That's what it's saying. The color of the hands is how I knew it's winter. I don't see that part. Let me look. That's crazy. So I'm looking at all these videos. Some of them, you can't even tell. It looked like a donkey is in the room. Also, the IG post that Winter made was not her winner. Okay, come on. Has a YouTube channel. I personally did voice comparisons. Okay. Somebody told me that Winter did, but then somebody told me also that no one of the 6 has did any live or video. The only one that actually they say is 98% was the Nazar guy when he went on Facebook, and I seen that. So, and I don't know, you guys would know who he is. I said that she was, so somebody even saying that she was taken out Friday and not Saturday, and I was like, that's somebody's theory. But they shortened the clip. They were shortening the clip for me. But I want to see. Oh, yeah. So the they saying that the trip that Nazar had taken, the person got there at 12:19. It really got there at 12:15. So when he said that he didn't make it until 3 o'clock, he literally made it there at 12:15. Okay. So let me see. What is considered femicide? Femicide or feminicide is a hate crime which is broadly defined as the intentional killing of a woman or girls because they are female. But definition of it vary depending on culture content. Okay. Thank you. He is counting Charlotte time. Okay. That's not winter, that's a troll. Okay. Their vacation was for 4 days. They only spent 1 day in Mexico. I would have left Mexico too. I would have been like, I'm gone, I'm out. The end. So we're going to get some more information, but right now, all of it is going to be people who knows them, cousins are coming out, and they'll be able to tell us if, it was a hate crime. They'll be able to tell us more. The person that usually do a lot of research for us, and they be getting some really good stuff, you guys. They're on this case, and I'm so happy that they got time right now to help us, because we're going to try to get in touch. But right now, everybody done went ghost. Their phones are off. Nobody's answering phones. They shut down their Facebooks, their Twitter accounts. They're not saying nothing. No, none of them. Nobody saying nothing. So there are receipts of everything, including the tickets. Yes. Hola. How you doing? Justice Jane, Barbara Cohen. Ain't seen you guys in a while. How you guys doing? Sharon Terrell. All right. Hello, Regina. What's going on? I know you fell off. You got to catch on up. You got to. Anyway, so that's what's it. And for me to try to look at this while we're live right now, she sent me way too much stuff. I thought she sent me a little stuff, but she sent me a lot of stuff. But she says money is not the reason. Well, I don't know. I know one thing. I felt like when the girl walked in the room, or I don't know, I see a female, but I'm just telling you, I can't tell you for sure that's what she is, because the way she was beating that girl, I mean, she was beating her like a dude would do. You know what I'm saying? And the way her stance was, it wasn't female to me, because females, and I'm just saying, there's some females that are just, they're just, and I'm that way, I'll get on a bicycle, motorcycle, I'll be cutting the grass in the yard and washing the car, and they be like, dang, girl, is you a girl? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a girl, but I'm just tomboyish, I know you guys may not think, because I like to play in makeup and hair and wigs and stuff like that, be cutting off my eyebrow. But I tell you what, I like playing in that stuff, but I also like playing with boys' toys. You know what I'm saying? And I get off in there with them because I had a lot of brothers. So, but I mean, I'm pure feminine. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't got that, I barely got a neck as it is, but I got one. But yeah, females do like to pull hair, and I didn't see that. I seen her snatch the wig off and throw it down like, oh, you want to, like I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? And females usually, you got to snatch their wig off, and they don't care if you snatch the wig off. She came in, she was whipping her tail so much, she was like, let me just, I'm boom, boom, boom. Females don't normally do that. I'm just saying. Sharon said, all I saw was the body slamming. You seen the body slamming? They came in with intent, in my opinion, that others went along who maybe thought it wasn't going to go that far, but nevertheless, she was a person with family who loved her. Yeah. I've heard that it had to do with drugs. And you know what? There's pictures with Shanquella weighing out some drugs. But weed, you can buy weed at the corner store now. So they had bags and bags sitting of weed in the corner. I said, well, maybe it was drugs or something. They were like, oh, no, I don't know, SP. You guys can call in if you want to. Tell us what you think. Yes, she threw her down. She threw a wig down, too. Regina said, I haven't seen it. Girl, you're the only one in here haven't seen it. You haven't seen it. Lisa Taylor says, all I saw was some punching. That's what I seen. She was like, Mm, 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 mm. She took the wig, threw the wig down. Mm, mm, mm. And I'm like, oh, 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 oh. And then somebody say, Shanquella, do something. Girl, you gonna fight back? And then I hear, no. Justice says, I haven't seen it. You know, to be honest with you, you don't want to see stuff like that because I hate that to see that. The anger, I felt so bad for that girl. I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt so bad. And I'm gonna tell you guys, one reason why I'm looking at that and I felt so bad is like I told you, I've got a daughter that will not fight you back. You can punch her in the face. You can be smaller than her. She's still not going to touch you. You can hit her. She's not going to curl up and she not a fighter. She's not going to fight. And she's big. She's humongous. You know, she's 5'5". I mean, she big bone. She's a big bone girl. She's tiny now. She done lost a lot of weight. Something going on with her thyroid, but she done lost a lot of weight. And so she's not big, you know, she's not weighing 170, 80. She's weighing like 110, 120 pounds now. So she's tiny girl. They're saying that, yeah, Shanquella was like 120, 125. She's 5'5". She tiny. She was a tiny girl. And she just, some girls just not. I don't think it was planned for the trip though. I've gotten to the point to believe it wasn't planned before the trip. All right. I have not seen any of the videos. Lisa Calhoun, you are not missing anything. Trust me, before this is all over with, you're going to see them. You're going to see them. When people start saying what happened, like I said, once they arrested that one person, and that person is arrested now, and they get to talking, you'll start seeing, and people start coming up and start talking. Because all 6 people is not going to sit there and stick to a story when, especially, they probably didn't put hands on the girl. So they're going to tell. They're going to tell the story. Here we go. We got Cheryl in the building. Hey, Cheryl, what's going on?
Not much. Just getting into this story. It's a lot. I don't know, a lot of people.
Oh, wow. What do you think about this?
I can't help but think, like, on the surface, it seems like a setup. But if it was a setup, there'd have to be motive. And I don't know if anybody knows what that would be yet.
Right.
I have not watched the video.
Okay.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I think it's fishy, like, and not helping them that they all kind of went silent, that they came home. Like, in one way, if you're, like, not involved in anything, like, maybe you're instructed to stay quiet, but, like, we don't know if they all, like, have lawyers or representation of any kind. So this just makes it seem that, like, they're choosing to do it, like, remain quiet, which, while
Right.
they may think it's helpful, it almost seems like it's gonna backfire on them.
Right.
I do think it's odd. Like, I know going on vacation, like, you bring extra money with you. I think
Right.
the amount of money that Shanquella brought with her was a lot.
Yeah.
But also, like, could it have been like she expected to pay for a lot of things or for other people? Like, I heard
For
something. I
$17,000?
know. I don't know. I heard something that, like, she paid for someone to even go there,
Right.
but again, I don't know if that's true.
That's a lot of money.
But either way, it's a lot. And in
It's a lot.
like, doesn't the
I mean, if
money
you
go
if you
farther
went
in
and got
Mexico?
a PPP loan for 21,000, why would you bring on the trip 17,000?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
That's a
That's
lot of
very
money.
strange.
Maybe 3,
It's
4,000, maybe 5 at the most.
right. Travel, food,
Right.
excursions.
Let's see. We got Freddie and we've got Ball by Star. Freddie, what's going on?
When I came up because I just don't understand the whole situation. How can you be that mad or angry at someone until you was gonna beat them like that when you seen they weren't fighting back?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They
Right.
didn't look for hand.
Right.
They
Okay.
would, yeah.
Ball by Star, what's going on?
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't ever come up, I've seen like a lot of cases. I don't ever like feel the need to like, go on people's live or anything and speak on how I feel. But this is literally like, I feel like I know her personally. Like, it's just completely sad. Like, and I agree with you. I don't feel like they planned it prior. I felt like it was a fight that went wrong. But I do feel like, I don't know if everybody put hands on her, but everybody feels guilty about something for the reason of the fact that nobody is saying anything at all. Nobody called nobody. That's how they're all guilty. Like, I couldn't stand by, watch that, and literally watch this woman die without calling a single soul. And for him to call the mother and say, oh, she's sick or throwing up, I would have been like, FaceTime me so I could see her myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I would have FaceTime her mother, like, hey, your daughter's not feeling well. I want you to talk to her. At no point did anybody put her on the phone when she was so-called alive.
Right. But you do know that Winter was making all those phone calls.
And that's the sketchy part too. It's like, and then I don't hear much about the Elise girl really. So I'm like, who is releasing the videos? You don't really hear that other girl's name too much in the case. We just hear everybody else. So I feel like she's the one that's going to talk or really felt bad about the situation. But if it was her against all of them, how can y'all really expect her, not to go along with the lie? She didn't know if she was going to die, honestly. Like, what if they would have beat her up if she said, well, I'm going to call such and such?
Right.
It just, none of it makes sense. It really doesn't.
Right. Okay. Miss Barbara, what is your take on what's going on?
Well, my take is that they're all guilty, from the guy that was videoing, talking about fight back, and to everyone that was standing around, only because nobody, when he was saying hit back and she was saying no, nobody stepped in and said, this got to stop. She's not fighting back, and it was like, it was a sideshow for them. The guy, he was getting, to me, he was just, he seemed like he was just getting more aroused, trying to get these two people to fight. And first you got a person there that's butt naked, and then you got somebody welling on her, and she's not doing anything. Oh no, everybody, do you know that if someone, if you go into a store and you pull a gun out and you pop somebody, do you know that if you with that person, that you are just as guilty as the person who pulled the thing and did the crime? So all of them should be accountable for something. And
Well,
that's the law.
well, that's the law in the United States.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
And then
know,
the autopsy, like, what is that about? Like the 15 minutes thing. Like, this is how I think what happened. I think the video that we saw was it. She died 15 minutes probably after that attack right there. Because if you notice, once she gets to that ground, at first we hear her
Mhm.
saying no. When she gets to that ground, you don't see her
Mhm.
move. She don't
Yep.
speak. She don't nothing. And I feel like right then and there is when she literally started feeling everything. And 15 minutes after that video, according to that autopsy, I don't
yeah,
believe that she was alive for hours later.
No.
right. I don't either.
I think it's also suspect that after they returned home, that the man, one of the guys, I think Dejanay and Winter like went to the mother's house, and I think it was stated that like none of what they all said like made sense, and I almost feel like them going there was their way of trying to like stick to the story and like have her believe what they wanted her to believe happened. But I think deep inside that is truly, I don't think she had alcohol poisoning. The autopsy said she had no alcohol in her system. Um, I don't know. I think that was all a lie.
Yeah, I think she felt sketchy about it. I felt like Shanquella felt sketchy about it, and she left us with all the clues with the videos she was recording. We got a video of her skinny dipping, and why is her caption skinny dipping all by myself? She could have just simply said skinny dipping. She wanted us to know that she was by herself all along on that trip. She's showing us the
Also,
card or the flash. I think it was a flash. She's showing us where she was, the
Mhm.
date it is. She was giving us the clues. That's how I feel.
Mhm.
I felt like she felt something wasn't right.
maybe I agree with you, Star, and maybe because she felt like something was off, maybe at that particular time of that day, she chose not to drink because she wanted to have like her full senses about her because maybe she felt uncomfortable being around them. Like
Exactly.
maybe yeah, like maybe like we all pick up on vibes. Like,
And
I
it
don't
was
know.
one
Like,
day. They would have found some type of alcohol. In that video, she
Mhm.
had a flask. That means she should have been drinking. And they found
right.
no alcohol. That makes no
Yeah,
sense.
that's what I mean. Like, I feel like she's like getting bad vibes from them or something was like she picked up on something had changed. Um, I don't know if it was like with that game they were playing that it like went too far, or the alleged game they were playing went too far, or she overheard a conversation that maybe she wasn't supposed to.
That's what I
Exactly.
feel. I
Mhm.
believe that she heard something. She felt it in her spirit that there was something that was not right. When you get a bunch of, and I hate to say this, but when you get a bunch of females together, and then they get to nitpicking and doing little crazy stuff. See, that's why we got to realize that everybody is not our friend. We say we got friends, we got associates and acquaintance, but when you get a bunch of females together, a lot of them they just get to nitpicking, and especially if one person feels that this other person is, thinking they all that, and then they get the other little hens to quack with them. Stuff can go awry, but I believe that I always believe that she heard something. She heard something, and the feelings. She got this feeling that something's getting ready to happen, and she just didn't. It just wasn't right, and I'm sure we as people have come across stuff like that where you be in a situation and you be like, I gotta step back from this. Something's getting ready to go on.
Mm, okay, but you guys got to understand that. Okay, the ones that haven't seen the beat down, because I call it a beat down.
Mhm.
The energy behind that woman, or allegedly woman, that
Mhm.
came in the room, it was no conversation. It was just boom, 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 boom. the energy behind that, think about it. She heard something. That's I don't know if that's an energy behind that. That type of energy was like, like I, like I hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like you lying, or like you caught us doing something, or you stole something from us, or you're sleeping with my man or something. It's either money, you stole something, or you're gonna tell people I was sleeping with another whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, but one of the voices.
Go ahead.
Oh, one of the voices sounded trans to me. The one that was kind of hitting her in the way they got up in their shoulders like they did. And the spot that they had, it reminded me more of a guy or man that's gonna come up and hit you and come down with it.
Yeah, because they were doing uppercuts. Women be like,
yeah.
And then they pull your hair. They want to pull your hair out. They want to embarrass you and get you by the hair. And then woo, woo, woo. This girl, she took her wig, threw it down. And I thought to myself, if I get in a fight, I ain't gonna throw my own hair down now. you might pull it off, but I ain't gonna pull it off,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And at the start of that video, I don't know if anybody like peeped that it sounded like Shanquella was about to say something before she put hands on her. I could kind of hear her saying something. I don't know if that was just me or not. So I'm like, okay, so whoever, everybody decided to just record the fight, but nobody recorded the conversation prior. Because I know that they're saying that live was fake from Windsor or whatever, but how they're explaining it, sound like something it could be. She was in the bed. The girl told her to get up because, of course, they're in the room. But for her to be over there by the window, she had to probably get up on her own, and maybe there was some type of argument first before that. And I kind of heard her saying something. I can't make out what it was before she just started hitting her.
Right. I thought when the girl walked in the room, she pointed to the suitcase, something that was on the couch or something. And so I kind of was like, oh, like she was addressing something that was on the couch or something.
Right.
But nobody else I have to go back. You know what? I want to show it, but God, I just don't. We just don't need a strike. That is a lot of violence in that video. That's a lot of violence in that video. Wow. Crystal, go ahead.
Yes, I was looking. I don't want to say the YouTuber's name, but the boyfriend of the person that passed said that he was at the house when all of them came over to tell the mother about the situation. And he said that it took everything in him not to jump him. And so the person that was interviewing him said, well, man, how did you feel looking at them? He said he knew all of them was lying. And that the mother was just sitting there listening to him. That was before the tape came out, mind you. And that the mother was, she was being emotional, and they was trying to console her and everything. And he's like, he wanted to punch them out, their lights out, and put them out because he knew they were lying. So he started asking them questions, especially the guy that was supposed to have been her best friend. And the question that somebody asked about them catching them doing whatever in the bed, the boyfriend confirmed that the guy that had been her friend for 5 years is gay. And so that answers that question.
Right.
And that the reason why, the interviewer asked him, well, man, why did you feel comfortable with your lady going to that on a trip like that? He said, because of that situation I just mentioned. He knew he was gay, and it wasn't wasn't
nothing gonna happen.
Right, nothing funny going on. So he felt comfortable with her going. But he said when he saw him at the house, he really felt some kind of way because none of them spoke to him, but prior to them all being around each other, they were all up in each other's face. But when he was at the house with them then, they were acting all, they didn't even speak to him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
I'll take you the person's name so you can go listen to the interview and hear for yourself that I won't say it because I know we aren't supposed to, but yeah, it was about 15 minutes long. But that tells you something if the boyfriend said what he said.
Right.
And he also said he didn't even have enough time to fly out there because it all happened so quick. You know, because they were kind of asking, like, why didn't you, you know, go out there with her? He was probably planning to go out there with her. You know, it was supposed to be a 4-day trip. He said it happened so fast, he didn't even have time to go out there.
Right. Mm.
So you saw the interview too?
I did. And it was very sad.
It was, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, I would like to check that out because
the YouTuber that interviewed him said it's okay for people to use the content, but just give him credit for having the interview. So I will text you the person's name.
Yeah, I would probably use sound. I would not use the video because people done said, oh, it's okay. And then they get mad at you and then they strike your channel, and they can do that at any given time. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. But yeah, and I'll you know, and I'll get in touch with that person too. But like I said, yeah, I would never use somebody's content ever again. They could tell me I could use it all I want. You can hand it to me. I still wouldn't. No.
I understand, but I just wanted you to look him up and hear it for yourself so that you would know that the boyfriend is not happy about the whole situation.
Oh, yeah.
Telling the guy that he's taking each day at a time and God's getting him through it, basically is what he's saying.
Yeah, actually, after this live, I'm gonna call you because there's a question I need to ask you.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, because we're gonna get to the bottom of some of this stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get off and go back into the chat so I can hear.
All right. Thank you, Crystal.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Before we continue, you guys, I want to thank Jennifer Cooley. She says, what was the end game? If this wasn't an intentional murder, what was their conversation supposed to be when she came to? If that wasn't, that's what Jennifer is asking. What was the end game? If this wasn't an intentional murder, what was their conversation supposed to be when she came to? That's what I was saying. I was like, surely they didn't want this girl to wake up. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, PS and Jennifer. I got you guys all down. I got your tickets here. Anything else for the people on the panel?
It's just like, I just feel like that was, if they did pre-plan this, that was dumb as heck. Because they had no like laid out story. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was laid out. It looked like it was last minute. It was taking them a few hours until the police arrived to figure out their story.
Right. What I couldn't understand for the life of me is if there was another video that Winter did slam her to the ground, why was Winter calling for the doctor? Then she calling for the ambulance, and then Winter's calling the mom.
Right. So that's the thing there. Is that the video we saw really the only video? And I don't know who, is trying to get information out about the Winter girl. Maybe she did. They were best friends. So who knows if she did tag in after. But thank you so much for letting me get that out.
All right, thank you.
I just be watching these videos. I be like, I wish I could just tell somebody how I feel. So thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Freddie, you got any last words?
No, I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me up. And thank everybody for coming to SP News Nuggets Live.
Thank you, Miss Freddie. Okay, Cheryl, you got anything you want to add on here?
Yeah, I agree with what I think it was Jennifer had mentioned with her super chat. Like, yeah, what was the end game if it wasn't to beat her until she wasn't going to be able to say anything? Because what, like, okay, let's say she, is all beat up and jumped and whatever, goes to sleep, like nothing too serious. What the heck are you gonna say to her, or is she supposed to say to you when, like, you know, if she were fine, like if she were able to wake up? What the heck? With 2 more days of the trip left? Like,
Right.
that to me makes it me think that it was like a heat of the moment, like the pot boiled over. Um, and it was taken too far. Because if they really disliked her so badly, um, why even invite her on the trip?
Right.
I don't want to be around people I don't like, let alone go to on vacation with them in another country.
Right.
So I think it's like crazy to, I don't know. I mean, crazier things have happened, but I do think it's crazy that, like, if it were to have all been planned,
Mm.
um,
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I hope we find out as to, like, how did this go down? Like, why was it like this? And
Right.
why did this happen to her? I can't help but think that they were all jealous of her.
Yeah. Oh, there was
Um,
definitely jealousy. There was
right.
definitely jealousy. She was a very beautiful girl.
And
She
successful, like, had a
very
business,
successful,
driven. Right.
family oriented, mom in her life, her
Yeah.
dad's in her life. The
Yep.
dad said that was his only daughter, only
Only
child.
child. I know. I can't. I did see that.
Well, I think she
Uh,
does some. She has a sister, but it can't be on that dad.
right.
Mom probably has another child, or
Right.
another child from another relationship or marriage or something.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Cheryl.
Yeah. I'll go back in the chat now.
All righty. We got one more call. This is SP. You got 5 minutes. What's going on?
Good afternoon. How is everybody doing? Happy belated
Oh, thank you.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Miss SP, you know what?
Yes.
When you look at it, this is so sad. It is so sad. You know the part that touched me when her friend said, Quilla, why don't you fight back? And she said, no.
She said
You
no.
you could hear it in her voice. She
Right.
was going down.
Yeah.
She's not a fighter.
No.
They had all this planned, and I bet you they were texting each other, which one to go first, which one to go second, and all that. How could you? How could you? And have the decency to call her mama and turn around and say the poisoning of the alcohol and go into her mama's home and bring in her clothes. And
try to get mama to send them $5,000.
But there's a saying, God lie down, he not sleeping.
Right.
They cut this video and bam, a hand was pushing them to put it on social media. If this video never went out, nothing wouldn't come out.
Right.
Nothing wouldn't come out. And after the calm comes a storm. And they don't want to see that storm.
Right.
And I get to the point where every time I put on a channel, I'm hearing about this. I reach to the point where I cannot watch it again.
Well, there's going to be little information coming out here and there, and you have to stick and stay into it, because then you'll, so, I mean, you're going to hear it over and over and over, and that's about, awareness, but we're going to be finding out little information, and that brings it to, what happened.
It could happen to anybody, child.
Yeah, it can.
Male, female, it could happen to anybody, child. The one you love and the one you're gonna put your back out there for thinking that's your best friend.
Right.
Oh no. And they had this, and when a man will turn around and give another man the okay to take his wife or his girlfriend out on vacation, that says a lot. And for you to stand up in this man's face and turn around and tell him this bold-faced lie, it was alcohol poisoning. And God let it so happen a way that the boyfriend did knock him down, because the boyfriend would have killed that man.
Right.
He would be behind bars. And she paid the ticket for them. Now, another thing is, I used to work in the medical field, and I've seen where doctors try to cover them all the time.
Yeah.
But in this case, Miss SP, it's written all out there under clear blue sky.
Right.
I used to see things where I'm like, I couldn't say nothing.
Right.
And my supervisor asked me once, why don't you never report so and so? I said, because you know what? I never see anything. And from then on, it was hell.
Right. Exactly.
It was hell. And this doctor, she partly got some of her training in the United States. And you know what? You'll be surprised if she take time to. And this is a big lawsuit, but no matter how much her mama sued, it's not going to bring back her child.
Right.
But she just want to see that does not happen to somebody else's child.
Right. Okay.
Thank you. That's it. And that's all. I promised I was going to be nice and sweet and short, and I'm going back down. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank everybody for coming in, sharing what you know. Did Dejanay get arrested? I believe it's Dejanay that got arrested, because why would they arrest anybody else? One person has, not only they have a warrant out for an arrest, you guys, there has been one person that has been arrested, and they're not putting out the name, but they said it was the aggressor. And the only aggressor I've seen so far is the Dejanay girl or guy or trans or whatever. That's the only person I've seen that's being aggressive. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Welcome on in. Zoti, I see you in the building. Okay, Jennifer Cooley, I want to give you your ticket right here, 590-697. Jennifer Cooley, I got you in there. Barbara, coming up on the panel, 590-698. I got you in there. Volkstar, I got you in there, 590-698. I got you in there. We're doing a drawing in December. We haven't came out with the date yet. Cheryl C., I got your number in there, your name, 590-699. I got Freddie, 590-699. You're the other half of that. Your name is on the back, so we don't get them mixed up. Natasha, I got you in there. You got two on there. Thanks for the super chat. Crystal calling in, 590-695. Got you in there. Got you in there. I need to make one more. Hold on. That's Sugar Mama. Sugar Mama, I got you right there, 590-695. Sugar Mama, got you in there. PS, I got you in there, 590-696. PS, and I got you right here, 590-697. So you got 596, and you got two. You got 596, 590-697, and then you got 590-696. So I got everybody in there. Hold on. We still got to talk just about 5 minutes for Quentin. So you guys, let me appreciate the ones that gave the super chat, the ones that came up on the panel. You guys, we couldn't do it without you. I appreciate you guys. So hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got to talk about Quentin. Our thumbnail, you guys, is always going to tell you what we're talking about and what's going on. We're going to have way more information come Monday. You watch and see, because I got somebody that I'm trying to get in touch with. And once I get in touch with him, you guys, we're going to try to get him on here. But anyway, nevertheless, on the Quentin Simon case, Leilani went to court today. She had court this morning, and they were requesting her bond be lowered or taken away. The judge says no, he couldn't do it. Something about the jurisdiction and this, that, and the other. Leilani didn't show up for court. This is the second time, and both times Leilani has not showed up. Her attorney is there representing her and speaking for her, but she's either don't want her face to be seen and she don't care. She's either on suicidal watch and she's like, I can't handle it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. That's normally what happens. It's like, I'm suicidal. I don't want to go. You can't make me. You cannot make a person come out their cell. And if they're on suicidal watch, it's probably like, it's just best she. But you know what? Whether she comes or not, her attorney told her, you guess what? Court still goes on. So I'm just letting you guys know she didn't show up for court, but her next hearing where she shows up to court will be January the 11th. January the 11th, they will start, the first session of court with her. And I believe that she's probably going through withdrawals. She's probably going through the thoughts of suicidal thoughts, but she has not showed up for court both times. And a lawyer spoke for her. So that's all we can get out of that. BJ is still wanting custody of the two children that is still in foster care. She picked up a big package of stuff that YouTubers and people from different channels have sent her for the children. And she just want to make sure that they have everything and got everything. And my thing is, you guys, and I'm not picking on BJ. Trust me, I'm not picking on her. But you should have everything for them children already. I mean, if you got custody of them, or you are the primary caregiver, those children should already have shoes and socks and toys and high chairs and car seats and things of that nature. You should not be, now that they're in foster care, let me get the things for the kids. You know what I'm saying? And if people send it, they send it. I'm not hating on that. I'm just saying, what was you do? I mean, I don't know, you guys. I mean, she went out of town to work. And she didn't have enough money. I guess she's trying to do what she wanted to do, but I don't know about these children going back to her. I'm glad I don't have to make that ruling or anything, but it seems to me, if you didn't already have the stuff that the kids needed and you leaving out of town, it might be true what the babysitter said. Y'all didn't have the Pampers and y'all didn't have the baby milk. And I mean, y'all paying her $15 and she using her own money and all this other stuff. I mean, a person can only help as much as they can help, you know? You got a whole man, and then you got everybody living in your house and nobody's paying. And that just tells me you, BJ, was not making some right decisions when it came down to the children. When we're by ourselves, like right now, I'm by myself. I got no kids here. I really don't care what really happens. I'm going to go to work and I'm going to come home. But if I have a child here, things has to change. I have to make sure that child has a bed. I got to make sure that that child's getting to school. Nobody's touching that child. Nobody's beating that child. I got to make sure that they have socks and shoes and drawers and notebook and stuff. I got to make sure that they ain't got to have the best. I can go to the Goodwill. I can go to the thrift store. I can ask the Salvation Army. I don't have anything, and I guarantee you, every time that went there, and I have went there before, I've seen people come in and they'll give a voucher to you. Only thing you got to do is make a phone call and say, I need a bed. I got a kid coming. What size shoes they wear. We're living in the United States where you can get a sandwich and you can get clothes all day long. So, and toys and anything you need for those kids. So, if you didn't have it, shame, shame, shame. That's all I got to say. But being a woman, I understand. We do. I wonder how her mother treated her. So sometimes we don't know better because we've never seen better. So maybe she's waking up and realizing that you can't just stay on drugs yourself and can't have a man that you're doing drugs with and think your kids is going to come out not doing drugs, stuff rolls downhill. But where would the kids be if they don't go with Billy Joe? I don't know if she learned her lesson. I believe that people can learn their lesson if you love these children. Enroll into some rehab and go to school or go to some parenting classes and don't fight with how to raise these kids. We all it don't come with a book, and we all sometimes have to learn what to do. I had older women tell me, girl, don't bring that kid back over here without a t-shirt on. I said, yes, ma'am. I was like, man, I'm going to work and everything. But you know what? I went to Dollar General and got a package of t-shirts. And every time when she seen my kid, I had a t-shirt on underneath their onesie and had a bag of diapers. I kept a thing of diapers there, and I would always put diapers in their diaper bag. And then, I kept a package of diapers there just in case I forgot or she ran out or whatever. Because they're looking after your children. And you expect people to treat your kids like their kids. A lot of people don't have that same sense. So, I'm hoping BJ, I really do. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't hate BJ. I don't. I just wish that, she she can redeem herself by doing the right thing now. Not just turning her child in or anything. Because I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if I could do that. I've done that before. So, but I knew what my kid was up against. What I'm saying is, like right now, you may want to do the drugs or whatever. But right now, stop. You stop. You stop. Do something more creative with your life because you got these babies or you want these babies. So therefore, they won't grow up with the same situation environment that your daughter was in. You can love them all you want, but when they come of certain age, they're going to want to know where their mama is, and you're going to be talking bad about the mama, the child that you raised or something. One day you love her, the next day you hate her. The one day you love her, the next day she's a thief. One day I love her, but this, that, and the other. You're going to have to pick a side. You either going to help, and I'm just saying, I know a lot of people in here mad and angry with Leilani. We don't know what happened. It's funny how they keep saying that she covered another death. Is they talking about another death, or they just talking about Quentin? Because I've heard it twice, and I keep saying, why do they keep saying she covered up another death? maybe they're just they're wording it where I'm not understanding. But anyway, we're gonna keep a close eye on it. Our next court is January the 11th, you guys. We'll check it out. I'll be ready for Monday live, you guys. And I'll see you guys soon, okay? Make sure you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day and a weekend. Bye.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright.
You can't even go out there and do that without harassment and negligence and just everything. Just devastating.
There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh, I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Something happened while Quentin was in the bathtub and he drowned, and they were